Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with my next beauty budget update. I'm actually going to discuss the month of September, October and November in this video, and I'm also going to wrap up this project. I have been doing a low buy or no buy for the last couple of years, but I'm actually going to wrap it up this year. I'm going to do a different thing next year. I've already mentioned a little bit that I'm going to do my big fat eyeshadow project, which is going to include a low buy on eyeshadows with different rules, but I will discuss that when I introduce that project in January. However, for the rest of the products, like other products, for example, like face product, lip products, things like that, I'm actually not going to be on a low buy anymore because I have realized that I don't really buy too many things like that anyway. The thing that tempts me the absolute most is eyeshadows. Who knows, if I take this project away, maybe next year that will change, but for now I'm comfortable wrapping this project up. So it's going to be a little bit of a finale. I'm going to allow myself December to buy things if I want. Although I don't think I'm going to purchase any more things. I think I might stick to my rules as well. Like the remaining points that I have, I might allow myself to buy things for those if I want. But like I said, am most likely not going to buy anything else in December, which is why I'm wrapping this video up now. But I have quite a lot of information to get through because we're going to cover 3 months, and I actually did buy a few things as well. So before I jump into those numbers, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. Let's jump into the video. So in September, I had 11 points that I were rolled over from previous months. So that's kind of what my starting point was for these 3 months. And in September, I ended up having 7 more makeup empties. That took me to a total of 27. So that was 3 more points in that category. I also hit 7 pans for a total of 52. So I got 1 more point in that category as well. I didn't really do any declutters. And also I had 2 eyeshadow empties, which brought me another point as well for a total of 8 eyeshadow empties. So that in total gave me 6 new points. So in September, I ended up having 17 points to spend overall, and I didn't spend anything. So I didn't buy anything at all in September. That's kind of why I'm breezing over this month. I did earn, like I said, 6 points, but did not spend anything. So in October, I have 17 points rolling over, which was quite a large amount. But in October, I did actually splurge a little bit, or not splurge, but I did buy a couple of things, which I'm going to cover in a second. But at the beginning of that month, I had 17 points. But before I jump into the products that I bought in October, I'm going to go through the numbers again and what points I earned. So I did actually end up getting 5 more makeup empties for a total of 32. So another couple points there. I got 3 more points for that category. I also hit 9 more pans for a total of 61. So 2 more pans in that category. Sorry, 2 more points in that category as well. I didn't have any declutters again, and then for eyeshadows, I actually had 2 more empties for a total of 10, so 1 more point in that category. So that meant I got 6 more points again in that month for a total of 23. So that's kind of where my point status was in October. But like I said, that is going to be lowered because I did actually purchase a few things that month, and I'm going to go through what I bought or what I brought in that month. So I did actually only place 1 order, and that was from Cult Beauty. I wanted to stock up on a thing, or like I wanted to buy a full size of a product that I've been wanting for a long time, which is what I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But also Cult Beauty released like some kind of stocking stuffer boxes with, or like an edit kind of boxes with different product categories. So they had 1 skincare one, 1 hair care one, I think, they had 1 makeup one. They also had a grooming one, and I actually ended up buying 2. I bought the skincare one as well as the makeup one. So I have a few products right here, and I'm going to go through them. There was actually a product in here that I wanted to buy anyway, and the value was really, really good, and I got a lot of other bonus products anyway. And most of these were things that I would like definitely reuse anyway. There's like I think 2 that maybe I wouldn't have picked up, or maybe like, you know, they're not necessary in my collection, but I'm going to go through them overall. So the first thing in that box was this thing right here, which is a blush from Huda Beauty, and this is the Glowish by Huda Beauty. And this is the Cheeky Vegan Blush Powder in the shade Healthy Peach. I've heard really good things about this brand, particularly the bronzer, but I'm excited to try this blush. Again, this is in the shade Healthy Peach, which is actually the lightest shade, but I'm quite happy with that because it means it's a unique shade in my collection. You can see it right there. It's definitely going to be useful for me to reach for. I haven't reached for it yet, but it's definitely one that I'm excited to have in my collection. So that was the first product, which was 1 point. The next product is a lipstick, and that comes from this brand Vive, which is from Genevieve. I don't know what her last name is. She's on YouTube. She's a YouTuber. I don't really follow her, but she created a brand called Vive, and this is one of her modern matte lipsticks in the shade 90s. Like tease is like she's a tease kind of thing. So this is like kind of, it's a really interesting color. I've worn this, but it's like almost has a yellow kind of undertone. It's like a brownie yellow kind of lip product. It's really, really nice formula. The color is quite unique to my collection, and it's another one that I think I'm going to get some good use out of. The color isn't like the most perfect color for me, but it is, like I said, one that I definitely will still use. So that was the second product in the box. And also, by the way, this box contained a lot of new brands to me, which was really fun. Both this one and the Glowish blush were new brands to me. Well, I mean, Huda Beauty I tried before, but not the Glowish brand. So yeah, very, very excited to try this one too. So the next product is basically the main reason why I decided to buy this box, because I had a thing on my wish list that was in this box and the value was so good. So I decided to pick this one up, and that is the Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette. This is a palette that I've been wanting for a long, long time. This is what it looks like on the inside. I know I picked this one up before my kind of eyeshadow low buy wrap up. If you don't know, I have a low buy this year. I can only buy things that are on severe, like on really, really good discount or being discontinued or Cleona. Those are like my little exceptions. Otherwise, I was on a eyeshadow no buy up until Black Friday. So this one, I guess, kind of broke it in a way, but also the discount was really, really good if you broke it down like per product. Like if you split the box into the amount of products that were in there, the discount was really good. So maybe it didn't break it, maybe not, but I was planning to pick this one up anyway, so I thought I would get this box while it was still available, used for the value. So I ended up getting this too, and I'm very, very excited about it. I haven't worn it on my eyes yet, but I'll definitely will soon. So that is the next product. The next two products are probably the ones that I'm least excited about, and that's these two here. We have the Benefit FanFest mascara. It's just like a mini size. I don't really use, like, well, I started using normal waterproof mascaras now, like working from home or like when I'm going to wear lashes like today. But normally on an everyday basis, I wear waterproof mascara. So I guess this one will come in handy. I'll definitely use it up, but it's just not like that exciting to me. But this is the next product. And then the next one is one that I'm still debating whether to keep or not, and that is my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in this shade Forbidden Rose. It's like a rosy, bronzy kind of shade. It's really, really pretty, but I just don't reach for eyeshadow sticks like this. So I'm going to decide if I want to keep this one. Otherwise, I'm going to pass it on to my mom most likely. So that's the next two products. And then lastly, in that box, I got the Say Air Set Powder, and this is in the shade Translucent. I've tried this one a couple of times. I need to play around with it more. It's a little bit more unique. It's quite luminous, which I wasn't expecting, but a loose powder like this I will always get through, and it is a translucent shade, which is really, really useful for me. So that was the last thing that was in that box. So that was 6 points with those products. But then, like I said, I did actually also plan to pick up something else when I was on the Cult Beauty side. So I did pick up 2 more products in a set. And those 2 products are the Milk Hydro Grip Primer, as well as the Milk Hydro setting spray. Is it Hydro Grip? Grip setting spray. This one is just like the smaller size. I don't know if it's like the mini size or like a smaller out of 2 sizes. I know this one comes in a bigger size as well, but I actually haven't tried the setting spray yet, but the primer I've been using quite a lot. You can always see like it's up to here. Like I am using this one anytime like I'm going out, not like if I'm working from home or if I'm filming just for like a little bit. I don't use this one because obviously like I don't need my makeup to last very long. But if I'm going out to the office or if I'm going out with friends or like to the city or anything like that, I use this primer and it really, really helps. I really love this one. And again, I'm excited to try the setting spray. But overall, it was really good value to get these 2 products together. I think it was only like £1 more to get the setting spray with it rather than buying this primer on its own. And since I was planning to pick this one up anyway, I thought it would be better to pick this up together so I could try both products. But yeah, those are the next ones and the last things that I picked up in October. So those were 2 more points spent. So that is a total of 8 points spent. And considering I had 23 points in total before that point, I had 15 points rolling over. So that was kind of where I finished up October and roll into November. So we have gotten to November, and November is going to be quite a spendy month. It's quite an exciting month. It's my birthday month. It's also Black Friday, so I definitely spent the most points, I think, out of all the months this month. So yeah, I have quite a lot to go through. But like I said, I rolled over with 15 points. And in the month of November, I had 4 more makeup empties for a total of 36. So that was 2 more points there. And I also hit 6 more eyeshadow pans, which gave me 1 more point. And I also had 2 more eyeshadow empties, which gave me another point. So that was 4 additional points earned, which started off the month like before spending at 19 points. But I did actually end up spending 13 out of those 19. So let me go through everything that I purchased. So the first thing that I purchased was in the beginning of November. I bought some stuff from Cleona. They had some stocking stuffers, and they had an eyeshadow duo as well as some 12 days of holiday kind of sets. They had 1 eyeshadow and 1 nail polish one. And I bought both the stocking duo as well as the eyeshadow set. So I have gotten them. I actually got them, was it yesterday? Yeah, I got them yesterday. I haven't worn any of these on my eyes yet, but you can see down here, so not these shades here, but these right here are those shades. So the first 2 here are the stocking stuffer duo, and then the remaining shades there, as well as the circle shadows, were from the advent calendar kind of sets with 12 eyeshadows. So I bought those 2 things, and considering that I had some single eyeshadow left from a previous point that I spent, I only spent 1 point on those things, because if you are unaware, I'm not going to cover my rules today because it is my finale, but if you are unaware, I can get 10 single eyeshadows per point, so that's kind of how it worked out. I only spent 1 point to get those things, but that is the first thing that I purchased. A little bit later in the month, or even end of October, there was a brand that announced they were bringing back 2 palettes as well as 2 additional palettes, and that was Odin's Eye. So last year Odin's Eye had the Christmas palettes, and the Christmas Eve and the Christmas, what's it called, the Merry Christmas palette. And they said that this year they were going to bring those palettes back as well as 2 more. And I have been lusting over those palettes for a long time. Even when they came out last year, I was like, I don't need them. I have similar things. They look really, really stunning, but I don't need them. But I have since then really lusted after them. So when they brought them up back this year, and considering everyone's rave reviews about these palettes, I decided to pick them up. And the 2 new palettes also looked stunning, especially one of them I was really sold by. And considering the value, again, I just decided to go to the set with all 4 palettes. So I picked up them. So that was the Christmas Eve palette from, again, Odin's Eye, the Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye. The one that I wanted from the new palette was the Snow Dream palette. And then we also have the Hey Reindeer palette. So I'm not going to open them all up. They're still in their like packaging. I haven't used them yet. I got them not too long ago, and I've been trying to get through all my single eyeshadows to use this month. So I will reach for these ones now when I'm in the beginning of December. I can't wait to play with these. But I will insert some pictures like here so you can see what the palette looks like on the inside. But yeah, I'm really excited about these. But obviously that was 4 more additional points spent, and definitely eyeshadows that I maybe didn't need. But I've been so good with spending this year, and again, these are kind of things that I consider falling into like my Black Friday purchases. These weren't on sale, but they were limited edition, so they kind of still fall within my low buy rules. So those were another 4 points, obviously. So we're now at a total of 5 points, and I'm soon going to get into everything that I bought for Black Friday. But before that, I also want to mention this thing right here, which I got for my boyfriend for my birthday. There wasn't any points spent here, but I got the Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette in light, which I have been wanting for a long time. And it looks like this on the inside. I'm really happy with that. I already used all of this, like all of the shades, even the face shades, and I really love this palette. It's very stunning. So that I also got this month, but I didn't spend any points because it was a gift. So the remaining things that I have purchased this past month, I have not yet received, because these are all things that I bought on the Black Friday sales. So I'm going to insert pictures here of what I purchased so you can see instead. But the first brand that I purchased from was Divina. I actually made 2 orders because I'm trying to avoid custom charges. And if you live in the UK, a big tip that I can give is that custom only applies if you spend more than £135. So I tried to keep my orders for like a max of like £125, £130, just so I can avoid that. So I did actually place 2 orders from each of these brands, just to avoid that, because since custom charge usually ends up being like £60-ish for me, depending obviously how much I spend, it's usually a better value for me to just place 2 orders rather than a big order, because the shipping cost is usually less than the custom cost, if that makes sense. But I did place 2 orders from Divina. That's the first brand that I purchased from. And I did, in the first order, buy 20 single eyeshadows, which you can see here. And then the second order I made, I bought 12 eyeshadows, which again you can see here. There was only 9 shadows that I wasn't able to get. I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot. I put in my calendar that the sale was going up, but it was on midnight here in the UK. But it was like on Wednesday night, but in the UK it ended up being midnight on Thursday morning. But it showed up on Thursday in my calendar. So in my head, I thought the sale was going on Thursday, like midnight at the end of Thursday. So I actually missed the beginning of the sale, which meant that I actually didn't get all of the shades that I wanted. It was 9 things that I couldn't get, which is a bit of a shame, especially considering that some of those 9s were the ones that I was most excited about. But I will pick those up at some other point, even if they aren't on sale. I will probably pick those 9 up when I get a chance. But I did get majority of my things that I wanted from Divina, so that is the first brand that I purchased from. And again, I spent 3 points there for a total of 32 eyeshadows. The second brand that I purchased from was Terra Moons, and again I made 2 orders there. The first one contained 12 single eyeshadows, which are these right here. And then I did want to make a second order which contained 9 single eyeshadows. Again, you can see them here. And that was a total of 21 shadows for a total of 2 points spent from Terra Moons. Then the third brand is probably the one that I was most excited to buy from, together with Divina, because they were both new brands to me, and that was Shine by SD. And again, I made 2 orders from there. The first one, I bought 12 single eyeshadows here. I bought the Earth Born bundle, which was the collaboration with Riley from Seeking Shifts. And then I also bought like 2 more single shadows in that kind of bundle, just to not surpass the max spent. And then I bought 16 additional singles here, which included the Reserve bundle, and then loads of other singles that I wanted to try. And that was 2 more points spent for a total of 28 eyeshadows. Really, really excited about that. And then lastly, that I purchased this month, which I still haven't gotten, is from Cleona again. I bought things that I wanted there. I bought the Deep Sea Treasure palette, which looks like this. And then lastly, I bought 3 more singles from the Dragon Fruit palette, which are these 3 right here. I did also buy some nail polishes from Cleona, but they aren't in my low buy, so I'm not counting those points. But again, I bought 1 palette as well as 3 additional single shadows, which was 2 more points spent there. So those were all of the things that I bought. A lot of those things are already on the way. The only things that haven't shipped from that order is the Terra Moons ones, because some of the things that I wanted were on pre-order. Because I made the same mistake as I did with Divina. I actually ordered the next day, so I missed out on like the early releases for some of those shades. So they will ship on the 15th of December. But the rest have been shipped, and I think the Cleona things are already in the UK, or like on the way to the UK. They already left Canada. And then the Shine by SD is still in Canada, but they're on their way. And the Divina things shipped yesterday. So I can't wait to get all of those things, and I will probably try to show you everything when I get it, or I think a video later in Vlogmas is going to be me just doing a swatch party with everything that I got. Granted, the Terra Moon shade might not show up by then, but the rest hopefully has shown up, so I can show you those things. So with all of that, if you have been counting up, I actually ended up spending 13 points this past month, which is a lot. Again, that's probably my biggest spending month. And with the 4 new points that I earned, I had a total of 19 to start, and I spent 13, which means that I had 6 more points. Well, I have 6 more points to go. So again, I didn't spend any more. We are now in December, so technically, if I wanted to keep my low buy, I could spend 6 more points in the next month. But I'm not foreseeing myself to buy anything, so I'm just gonna wrap up the low buy here. I really hope you enjoyed watching this and keeping an eye on what I buy and seeing how my low buy and no buy is going. It's been really, really interesting for me. Obviously, I did have like an eyeshadow no buy kind of with a few exceptions. And this year I haven't bought too many eyeshadows. I mean, I've gone a bit crazy this past month, as you could see, but I was probably planning to buy those things anyway, but I haven't bought anything else throughout the year. So I'm really, really happy with that. But again, I'm going to continue my like eyeshadow low buy next year, which I'm going to introduce later in January. But again, that is it for today. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And otherwise, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.